we are continuing with the just ended past questions. We are looking at a bit of the elective maths today. Objective questions number 1 to question 6. That is what you want to quickly look at. And so I'm going to project it on your screen as well so that you can have a look at the questions and then the needed steps for the solutions to the questions. The first question reads that given that x plus the root of 3x plus 4 is equal to 8, we are to find the value of x. And so this is the question we have at hand, and then we've been asked to find the value of x. And so what we are going to do over here is to simply move the x, or better to move the 8 to this side, however you want to put it. Let's leave the root of 3x plus 4 alone, and then move either the 8 or the x to one of the sides so that we can have two separate terms. Okay. Now I have decided to move the x to the right side, making it root of 3x plus 4 is equal to 8 minus x. And then from here, because of the square root concept, I have to square both sides, and then I'll be able to get the square root away. Now after doing this, I take care of the square root with the square. And then from elective maths, we don't stress our time doing 8 minus x times 8 minus x. We just do the necessary things that we need to do, and then we get this done quickly. 8 squared 64. 8 times minus x, that will be minus 8x times 2. That gives us minus 16x, and then minus x all squared should be plus x squared, like this. From here, we have our quadratic. We do the necessary things, grouping them properly. X squared minus 6x minus 3x plus 64 minus 4 is equal to 0. And so I have x squared minus 19x plus 60 is equal to 0. Now, basic quadratic, core maths, elective maths, we do this all the time. 1 times 60, factors of 60 such that when I multiply I get 60, but when I add I get negative 90. That should be negative 15 and negative 4. Now from here I try to group like terms. X is common here, x is common here. I'll be left with 15 here. Whatever is in the first bracket should repeat itself in the second bracket. There is 4 common here, x here, 15 also here. Now I get x minus 4. X minus 4 against x minus 15 is equal to 0. And so my maths teacher said that just assuming you are multiplying two numbers and then you are getting 0, it will not make sense unless one of the numbers is equal to 0. So either x minus 4 is equal to the 0, or the x minus 15 is the one given as the 0. That is the only way you can multiply these two numbers and then you get 0. Okay, so with this one, x is equal to either 4 or 15, but we have to check to see which of them will suit this particular answer. And so when x is equal to 4, I do substitution. And then by doing substitution, I get 3 times 4, 12, 12 plus 4, 16. Now root of 16 should give me 4. And then 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. You can see this, that it is making sense. What about the 15? Well, when we look at the possible options, we are going to see Option 1 is 4, option 2 3, option 3 2, option 4 is 1. And then we can see clearly that there is no 15, but we just want to check with the 15 to see what that will also give us. And then by doing that, we get 15. 15 root of 3 times 15, that should be 45. 45 plus 4, 49. And then root of 49 is 7. This gives us 22. And so you can see clearly that 22 is not the same as 8. And so therefore we conclude that x is equal to 4 is the answer for question 1. Now we quickly go to question 2. So sorry. We quickly go to question 2, and then yes, question 2 also has this beautiful question which reads that so the question is n permutation 6 all over n combination 2, combination 6 is equal to 12x, and then we've been asked to find the value of x. So objective questions for sure. We just go through the right process, and then we are able to get the answer that we actually need. And so the difference between permutation and combination is just should I say one permutation or something like that, just one term that makes the difference between the combination and then the permutation. So with the permutation, n permutation 6 is simply going to be n minus 6 all factorial. Yes, so n factorial over n minus 6 all factorial. Let me be too sure. Yeah, so n factorial all over n minus 6 factorial. And then our combination is n factorial over n minus 6 factorial 6 factorial. And so you see the only difference is that here you are going to repeat whatever that is down here. It is going to appear after as your denominator again. But with the permutation, it is just the number at the top, which is your numerator, over the number at the top minus the number at the down, which becomes your denominator. And so this is the only difference between the combination and the permutation. And then from here, we see this is division. And so we apply the concept of division over here. And so we have n factorial over n minus 6 factorial divided by n factorial all over n minus 6 factorial 6 factorial. This is equal to 12x. And then also, don't forget, we are going to reciprocate so that we change this to multiplication. And so we have this now. And then from here, n factorial away. N minus 6 factorial, n minus 6 factorial also away. Now 6 factorial is equal to 12x. 6 factorial simply means you are going to have 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That is the meaning of 6 factorial. Start from the number itself and then you go down to 1. And so when we do 6 factorial, I'm going to get, I think, 720. Yes, so 720 is equal to, better still, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12x. Now I look out for two of the numbers, maybe such that when I multiply I can get my 12. which could be the 6 and then the 2. So that I now have 5 and then the 4 and then the 3. So this 12 will take care of this and then this. I have 5, 4, 3, 1, x. 5 for 20, 20 times 3. 5 for 20, 20 times 3, that should be 60. Yes, so that should be, yes, 60. 60 times 1, 60. So x is equal to 60. And so question 1 has been done. Let's check the possible options for question 2. So the question 2, we have 40, 60, 480, 720. Yes, so 60, 40, 60, 480, and then 720. We quickly go to question 3. Now the question 3 is very, 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 very simple. It says that find the remainder when 4x cubed minus 5x plus 3 is divided by 2x minus 1. Since 2x minus 1 is not a factor, then we are expecting to get a remainder. So we just equate this one to 0. Make x the subject and then substitute that into this. So f of half should be 4 1 over 2 power 3 minus 5 1 over 2 plus 3. This would be 4 against 1 on 8 and then minus 5 on 2 plus 3. This should be 1 on 2 minus 5 on 2 plus 3. 1 on 2 minus 5 on 2, the same denominator, so minus 4 on 2 plus 3, which is equal to minus 2 plus 3, which is equal to positive 1. And so question 3 is very, 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 very simple. So we deal with this in a more professional way. We go to question 5. Yes, I know why I'm skipping question 4 for now. So we go to question 5. I'll bring you the update on question 4. Question 5 says that if the midpoint of x, which is 4 and then negative 1, and z, which is m and n, is y, which is also 3 minus 4, then we have to find the coordinates of z. And then we know that to find a midpoint simply has to do with a summation of the two coordinates divided by 2. Since it is a middle, you have to add the two coordinates and then you divide by 2. And so midpoints of x and z, that should be 4 plus m over 2 should be equal to the x here. 4 plus m is equal to 6. M is equal to 2. And then also we take the other part, minus 1 plus n over 2 is equal to minus 4. Minus 1 plus n is equal to minus 8. N is equal to minus 8 plus 1. N is equal to minus 7. And so the coordinates of z, m, and will now be equal to 2 minus 7. Then we can see this as part of the options over there. We go to question 6, after which I'm bringing you the answer to question 4. Now the question 6 reads that if we have the matrix, so this is a matrix question. If 4, 4, 4, 6 is equal to b, then we have to evaluate b power 1 on 3. So quickly, we just find the determinants of this particular matrix, so this is a, b, c, and then d. AD minus bc, that is how we go. So AD, that is the diagonal from top left to the down right, minus from the top right to the down left. So 4, 6, minus 4 4 should be equal to b. 4 6 24 minus 16, 8 is equal to b. Therefore b is equal to 8. But b power 3 should be equal to 8 power 1 over 3. So b power 1 over 3 should be equal to 8 power 1 over 3. The third root of 8 is what we've been asked to find. So we find the cubic root of 8, which is equal to cubic root of 2 to the power 3. And then this gives us 2. Therefore b power 1 over 3 is equal to 2. And so this is the I'll try and give you other sessions as well. So the question 4 says that we should solve sine x minus cos x is equal to 0. So we have sine x minus cos x is equal to 0. And then to do this, we just make sine x or cos x stand on its own. And that gives us sine x is equal to cos x. Now we make this more simpler by dividing through by cos x. So by dividing through by cos x, this is what we are getting. And then this will give us sine x on cos x is equal to 1. And then we know from our elective maths days with regards to the roots of trig that when we have sine x over, let's say sine over cos is equal to tan. And so this is the same as tan x is equal to 1. And then we find a tan inverse of 1. That gives us 45 degrees. And so the value of x for which this will be true is 45 degrees. And so, I mean, that's all. Bye.